Well, is
Peace and love, beautiful people. I am grateful to be back with another episode of the Healers Collective. And today I want to talk about something I've recently experienced, learned, downloaded, embodied, and it is the exchange. The exchange is already just such a profound thing that we are all already navigating, but we may not be aware of it. So we may not be navigating it in the best of ways. The exchange for me is about to be like within my whole, it is already embodied and moving within my whole system. I'm about to write a book on it. I'm about to expound from that and build out more offerings and just incorporate it into all the offerings. And when talking about the exchange, it is really, let me see, sorry. Jess, can you mute yourself?
mm-hmm.
Perfect. When talking about the exchange, it is. So I'm gonna tell you a story. This weekend, last minute, I was approached by the other families that I'm staying with about going doing a quick day trip, like an hour away, to go to a petting zoo. We all have kids, take our kids to the petting zoo. So, okay, that sounds cool, but it's like happening right now. The husbands are gonna go and get the rental cars. Rental cars are like $20 for the 2 days. So it's like, oh, all right, cool, that sounds good. I was like, they're gonna get the cars. It's like, oh, everybody's gonna get their own car because we all have kids. So I'm like, okay, cool, no worries. Go to the rental place. Go to Sixth. It's like it's a European rental place, and the cars that are available for that rate are manual cars, stick shift cars. Now, I haven't in real life drone a stick shift car. I thought I did. I was like, yeah, I understand the concepts. And I get in the car and I'm like, oh, this is real life stick shift. I'm like, wow, okay, there's no like park reverse. It's like this thing shifting into gear for real. And when I tell you I struggled. It was like embarrassing. Like I stalled out so much. The car shut off me so much. After it stalls out, the car just kind of shuts off. And I am just fighting through. And because I'm struggling, because there's traffic, like we get out, as soon as I get out of as soon as I got out of the actual airport, we went to the airport to get the rental. Then it's just like slow traffic. There's a lot of construction, and every time we had to slow down, I was just shutting off because I didn't know how to keep the low. I didn't know how to change gears and switch gears. And I'm struggling. Finally, 20 minutes later, I get home, or this home, and now the trip we're going is gonna be an hour driving, and I'm like, man. But on the way, once I got to the second, third, and fourth gear, I was like, okay, cool, I got this. I know how to sync the clutch, switch gears, accelerate. I got it. But when I got down to like neutral and first, oh, it was a struggle. Hour drive, I get us there. There's a couple small jerks, but I'm getting it. I'm learning about the how to switch into get to neutral the first, which is the hardest. It's about the buttery switch, the buttery exchange, a smooth exchange. Like you sync the clutch, you have to let go of the clutch and accelerate at the same exact time. It has to be a beautiful exchange for the gear to shift beautifully, and then you can go into the next gears, and it happens well. Neutral to first is really, really hard in comparison to neutral, like third to fourth and fourth to fifth, etc. I didn't want to stop. Every time I was going, I'm in fifth gear and I saw brake lights ahead of me. I'm like, no. Like it's gonna be annoying to stop because then I have to go back to neutral and navigate to first. Sunday, that was Saturday. Sunday, light my spliff, got my music going. I'm in my meditation, my meditative zone. I'm going to my songs, and it's just loud and clear. I hear the exchange of breath and an inhale for an exhale. And then later I get into the concept of understanding that the breath is not mine, that it's the air is not mine. Like my breath is with exchanged air. Like the air here in Montenegro in the mountains is clear, it's beautiful. And when I inhale this air, I'm inhaling the air here and exhaling the air here. But if I was to hold my breath really well and inhale the air here, get on a plane, go all the way back to somewhere else and then exhale it there, I would only be bringing the air that's here and then recycling it back into another location. But the air is not ours. The air is just it's an exchanged energy. It's an exchanged life force. If we look in this exchange, and so the exchange is how we are exchanging life. But because the life force is an energy, and then everything is energy, how we make money is the same thing. How you make money is as simple as how you're breathing. How you're calling in money and receiving is inhaling and then exchanging and letting go. You may not be able to make more money or understand how to make money because, bringing it back to the stick shift, why that matters, that first exchange is maybe difficult. You may be struggling with that, getting into neutral the first to make that money. Billionaires have no problem making a lot of money and losing a lot of money because they understand how to go into first gear from neutral. If you are struggling with money or any other part of your life, starting a business, getting the fundamentals of getting from neutral to first, you're not going to know how to get into second, third, and fourth. Or when things feel tight, you don't want to let go of the speed. You want to keep going. But like everything, you have to then regulate and come back to a normal pace. And you have to maybe slow down, go to neutral, and then go back to first every now and again. If you learn the first exchange, the base exchange of your breath, of giving money and receiving money, of loving and being loved, and also in the breath cycle, we have inhale, then we have retaining inhale, exhale, retaining exhale, and then beginning again. In money, we make money. Are we saving money? How are we spending and offering and exchanging our money, investing our money? How are we maintaining when we don't have a surplus of money? Same with love. Instead of feeling like, oh man, I don't have any love, and then feeling fear, or feeling in a space where you feel full of something and you don't want to let go, you're stopping the flow. You're stopping the exchange. Remembering that this money is not yours anyway. It's recycled. It has to go back out. If you hold on to it, if you hoard, you're stopping the exchange, and also for everyone else, but also for yourself. Because if you hold your breath, you can't bring a new breath in until you let that first breath go, until you let that current breath go. The swimmers, the divers, the deepest divers who could hold their breath for minutes at a time, they still have to come up and let that breath go to get another one. So the money you're making, the thing that you're acquiring, the thing that you're trying to hold on to, you have to surrender it and let it go and give it and invest it and spend it. The money has to flow somewhere, because if you're just hoarding this and being full, you have to let it go so more money can come your way. But when you don't do that, it becomes a hard struggle. And then you're holding your breath, and then all of a sudden, then when you finally let go, you let everything go, and then now you might be in to catch your breath. So now that becomes the up and down, the up and down, the up and down of the love, of the money, of the energy becomes, instead of, if it feels the rate is too fast, it doesn't feel regulated. It becomes more anxious because it's just this up and falling and gaining and falling, versus having that whatever cycle that you are comfortable with in this season of like, yes, money's coming and I'm investing it, and money's coming, and I don't have it and money's coming back. Right. And it's like, but don't have it. That's also subjective, because it's you just know that you always have access to it. Just like the breath, I don't have air, but there's air around me and I have access to it. And then it's just life. So now getting into, does that make sense? Thumbs up for everybody, or if it's making sense, if it's landing, or come off mute and just say, yeah. Okay.
Yes, 100%. I felt like we had our weekly talk yesterday, and as someone who struggles with asthma, I definitely can relate to this concept of hoarding onto air that you need to let release to then take in the next air. And with asthma, air gets trapped in the lungs because the airways tighten up. So, I feel like I can resonate to this message on a way deeper note because my body has physically shown me what that feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we get into the space of business, I had it, and then it just went away, but it's going to come back in the exchange. When we get into the space of business, what we're giving is also what we're going to get. And I think I'm missing a link here, but it'll come back when in its right time. The concept of I&I, impact and income. It's this I&I thing. I'm about to get a tattoo for my birthday with this concept of the exchange and I&I because it's so rich, and I'm thrilled about it. The more impact we give, we create, we impress upon the things that we do, impact, like how you impacting the earth, the more income comes your way because you're giving, you have to receive. But if you're not impacting, as healers, if we are not doing the work and impacting someone's life, we may not be able to receive. But also, if you are impacting people's lives, you have to receive. You have to create the avenues, the streams, the channels for revenue to come in. Because if you don't, then you're giving out all of your life and not getting life back. And yes, money is an energy of life because we use the money we get to then live a life to, like the cost of living, we have that now. Like you were paying prices for life. So we need money to live life. So that money, it's an exchange of life for life. And that is exactly what I want to say. The exchange for life for life. You're giving your life, your time, your energy, your resources for their life, their time and energy processed into a currency to then pay you. But we need to receive that life back as we're exchanging our life. And then that also could be in the form of money, or in the form of subscriptions, in the form of clothes, in the form of brand dealership, brand sponsorships. So whether that be clothes, products, merchandise, etc., in a exchange of love and praise. Like today, which is just so unique, I was outside by the bay, by the port, and I was doing animal flow, and I was doing a session. I was coaching one of my clients here, her and her daughter, through animal flow. And in comes like a school, it's like a school tour, and they're all walking on the boardwalk, I guess you'll say. And we're doing animal flow, and I'm me, just looking like me, like a god. But I'm me, look, just being me, doing my animal flow. And they're probably like middle school, early high school students. And one of them like stops, like, oh, can we take a picture? And it was like a couple of them. And then a group of kids, probably like 5 or 6, came around me to take a picture. And then another group came, and then they realized like, oh, he's doing pictures. It was like another group came, and they all wanted pictures, and and there's a level in me that is income for me. I enjoy being praised. I enjoy being celebrated. And the idea of like celebrity, I learned this today. The idea of being a celebrity, the word celebrity is the activity of being celebrated. And I'm like, yeah, I love being a celebrity. I love being celebrated. And this is income because I'm making an impact in this mother and daughter's life, in their life, and their training, and maybe even impacting people seeing animal flow for the very first time, or seeing healthy movement in the body for the very first time, uncaged, and or whatever else. I clearly did some impact already because the exchange is coming down, and or I'm receiving first, so then I can give the impact later. Either way, the exchange is happening. And that is a form of income, right? Something that rewards you, that gives you life, is going to be your income. And your impact is you giving life. Again, life for a life. That is the exchange. How can we switch and navigate our businesses differently, knowing that money and wealth is out there? We have to access it just with our breath. Understand, how can we breathe in and smoothly exhale out and smoothly inhale in versus being jolted and sharp with our breath, and even being short with our breath? Can we understand how to breathe deeply, like deep and full? Can we breathe from a deep and full place? Can we love from a deep and full place? Can we serve from a deep and full place? That understanding that will allow you to access whatever life that you desire and you deserve. Because then you understand that it's accessing it. It's not even about wanting it. It's like, yes, I want to access that more. It's like the life that you want to live, the life that you, because I caught myself today like, oh yes, I want more of this. It was a sense of community. I was walking by and I saw somebody I've seen before from a coffee shop, and like we just had a beautiful interaction, short but beautiful. And I was like, I want more of that. And I was like, you know what? I am going to access more of that because it's out there. I don't have to want it. Wanting is a space from lack. Wanting is a space from lack. Desiring is a space from purpose, so one level up. Believing is a space from faith, again, one level up. But knowing is a space from wisdom. And if I have the wisdom, if I know that it exists, then I know that I can access it. Just like I can access my breath. I can access more air with the breath. So I could sit and call in what I need to call in, and also just be more mindful with money, with love. Like, how am I sending it out? Will dictate how it's going to come in. What energy am I emitting out? That energy will come back in the way that you desire and you deserve. That, my friends, my fellow healers, is the exchange in a very snapshot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Very, very welcome. Any questions or comments on that? Specific to you, specific to business in general?
Just a quick comment. I think it makes sense. Well, I know it makes sense to me because I noticed that for me, as far as like money flow, when I'm tight with it, I can really feel it in my chest, and I can, nothing happens. Everything is stagnant. However, when I get to the point where, like, you know what, I'm just going to be free and let just things just move, and I can like literally feel like the air just kind of just taking a big exhale, and the money is just flowing the way it should. I mean, so it's like, why hold on to it, because it's not helping you. You gotta let it flow. So
Yeah,
I can definitely relate.
love it, love it, love it. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, because that, like, stagnation causes disease. If things are being stagnant in your body, that's where joints start to break down because there's no blood flow there. It starts all type of arthritis starts to develop. All types of different types of itis develops in the body because there's no flow there. There's no movement there. There hasn't been healthy exchanges in that space of your body. So yes, and the same with money. Like, your account may be unhealthy because it's just stagnant, holding on to, and then even the thought in me like, oh, let me hold on to it because I don't know if something's coming. And it's like, well, if you know that like money energy is just like the air that's out there and I can access it, then you'll know that money's out there as well. Iris, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say how it's like sorry, I wish I could put my video on, but I'm not dressed appropriately. Um I was gonna say how I definitely can feel the relationship in like my personal life and my business life when it comes to this concept, and how it's like one hand in the other. So if I am operating in this lack space with and not practicing a healthy exchange in my personal life, it then trickles into my business and vice versa. So, yeah, it's just like hearing you repeat this concept again, it's just making me think about little pockets in my business where I might be hoarding and like holding on too tight because I think I need these resources instead of being a little bit more generous with my peers or my clients and sharing. And who knows what that sharing could do for me? Who knows what they will give me in return because I was a bit extra generous with them. And so just I wanted to share something. I have a friend who her business kind of her storefront, she couldn't afford the rent anymore, so she closed down. And I bought a bunch of her candles and incense to help me make a little extra cash on the side when I work these events. And I'm having trouble selling them. And she gave me a really good idea and said, you should put an incentive out there when you are offering body work, make your set your price, like maybe make it like $33 for a 20-minute massage, and you get a instant pack included in that, so like make it like a bundle option, and that way the price of the incense are already in there and they feel like they're getting value out of it, so it's like it's a healthy exchange on both parts. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because I thought that was really incentive, and it was yeah, it relates to a lot to this concept that we're talking about right now.
Yeah, yeah, and to the root of that, what I hear is packaging. Like business is packaging. Like everything is packaged. This call is packaged in a way where it's a space where you can hear wisdom of a coach, but also wisdom from other fellow healers, and also you can contribute. Versus a recording, if you join the watch the YouTube after, that package is different because it's not a live package, it's a playback, so you don't get to ask a question or get a custom response or even contribute to the conversation live. You could comment and contribute to the conversation that way. But like when you build a course and everything is packaged for them, it's like, man, everybody knows the information, but is it packaged so that way they don't have to search here, go to YouTube, have 1,000 tabs open on their laptop, and then pay attention to everything? It's already packaged in the way that they need to receive it. So you may be thinking of like, oh, this is already here to say exist. Everything in the world exists already, but the packaging of it is different. And then how it's packaged and how it's presented. So yes, thank you for that addition.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit more, I feel like that comes up for me a lot with business. Like I try to have things separated and be like, I do this too, and this would be this much, and I do that, and that would be that much. But I'm realizing that sometimes it becomes overwhelming when people have so many options. So they kind of want us to package it for them so they can feel like they are getting the full experience. And then the dollar sign is not even like a factor. I think I would hold on to, oh, but I think I feel like I'd be charging too much. And you amongst other colleagues, like other people in my business, they are telling me, but it's the package, it's the experience. They don't want to have to worry about what add-ons they have to put in there to feel the experience. You put it in there for them and just give them a set price. The convenience that comes with that, they'll lean more into that because they don't have to think about what they're missing out on because everything is already included in the experience.
Yeah, yeah. And to piggyback off of that, of like the experience they're getting, how can you, back to the I, how can you make the greatest impact onto their life? Or how much of an impact are you making onto their life will match the how much life you want to receive back. Meaning, like whether in your pay, in your compensation. So how much life are you giving it means how much life you're going to get. And that also may not, it may be in your dollar amount and your price in your website where they click and pay, or it may be in like that session and like you were just blessed with this gift, this blessing, this idea, this new client, something maybe come from that. And it's like, oh wow, like yes, I'm glad I impacted you with all that I could. And then all that I could all that I could give and all that I could receive, I received something else. Like your payment of $200 was great, but your referral to this business keeps me paid every week. Your referral to this conversation birthed this idea to me, and I use that idea, I implemented it, and now that's creating me $10,000 a month, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it becomes, and it's not only in like the simple like transaction, but an exchange has energy to it, and that energy comes in different forms. So yeah, I love the concept, and I'm loving this exchange. And I remember when having coaching calls before and not feeling satisfied because the exchange was off. I was giving, but I wasn't receiving. And not that I needed to charge, I wasn't receiving, I wasn't having a healthy exchange, a real dialogue. It was a monologue. And there's a portion of it where in the beginning I need to like tell the story and do the thing. And it's like, yes. But I also I still want to receive. And I want to receive whether it's like, oh yes, this resonated. So that way I know I'm on the right track. I'm not just speaking because I want to hear myself speak. I'm making sure I'm making sure it's impactful. And even saying like, yes, wow, Jordan, that helped me a lot. That is income. That's like, yes, I'm living my purpose. I'm doing what I should be doing. Like I'm creating an impact on the people that are under my assignment. Like, and I'm not worried about chasing new people. I know that if I do the work that I'm supposed to be doing, the people under my assignment will show up and receive. So thank you for this exchange as it's happening currently.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, thoughts, struggles in your personal life as a healer, in your business life as a healer? Everybody good? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the intention of the call was delivered, so I won't just find new things and then speak on it. But if you have a question, I'm more than happy and thrilled to answer.
I just wanted to express my gratitude for you again. I really appreciate how you connect the dots, and you're always open and willing to share. And you are an example of that exchange that we're talking about. So thank you for embodying that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. Beautiful. Well, if there is nothing else, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. It feels like the same three. Initially, I said, yes, we'll be here at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. So I appreciate you guys being here still.
Yeah, this is a great start to the day, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you as well, and you, Adrian and Iris. It's good to hear your voice and connect with you again. But yes,
Likewise.
this is always, like Adrian said, a great start. It's always a thought-provoking conversation. And no, I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Beautiful. I appreciate the appreciation. The love is continuous and in flow. So, you guys have an amazing, amazing day. Today's what, Wednesday? Yeah, the 5th. I'm 6 hours ahead, so I had an amazing day already. So go ahead and do the same.
Yeah.
The day is beautiful. I'm living in the future, speaking to you from the future. Anything you want to do is already available for you. Tap into the breath and access it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Have a good day, everybody.
You too. Bye.